Hey City, welcome back to the channel. It's a girl Vermore and I'm back with another reaction video. I'm sorry about the dog at the background. So this is another one from Charlie Clark. That's another of my reactions to Charlie. Click the link above. And this is the ultimate men in women's sports debates. Can't wait to get into this one. But before we get started, we have some amazing people watching us for the first time. If you are new to the channel, hello, I'm Vera. I do reaction videos. This is something that you love. Why not join Vera City? Hit the subscribe button below, turn on the post notification bell so that you can always be the first person to know whenever a new video drops. And with that, guys, let's go.
You put a lot of focus on Leah Thomas and that whole situation. However, what about all of the other trans athletes that don't make it to the top? Because I unfortunately don't have a list of every trans athlete known to man. I didn't fully prepare, but what about all of the, because Leah Thomas is one case out of many. So what about the other trans athletes that have transitioned and do participate in sports but don't make it to the top and are middle of the pack?
Well, they're still beating other women, aren't they? They're taking somebody's spot, right?
Well, no, but they are women. Okay, they have transitioned.
So let's ask a question. So thank you for being here and the courage for talking. First of all, what is a woman? Let's start there.
Well, as she said, anyone who identifies as such, and traditionally it would be gender dysphoria. That is a legitimate medical condition. So if you have gender dysphoria, you know, yes.
Okay, so that's interesting. So that's your personal definition of what a woman is. Why should society adopt that definition, therefore disenfranchising chromosomal born women?
What is a woman? Guys, did you listen to his definition of a woman? Everybody that identifies as a woman. What are you saying exactly? Who is a woman? A woman is a female with feminine genitals that has a womb and can carry a child. You don't have the female genitals, you haven't born with it, and you're claiming to be a woman. What is your problem exactly? What exactly is your problem? Gosh.
Really, it's out of respect for those that have the condition.
Got it. So we should elevate the people with the mental condition over half the population.
No.
Oh
my God! Not at all. I'm just saying that we should just simply, because it's not a battle between I'm elevating this person over another person. It's merely out of respect for that person, for them to feel comfortable and to participate in the sport of, you know, their gender that they identify as.
Okay, so feeling comfortable. So giving people what they want is not always the right thing. Okay? So let me give you an example. We do not give liposuction to people with anorexia. People with anorexia would want liposuction. It would kill them. We know better than that. So just giving people what they want is not always the right thing. So you say to make people comfortable. We could probably agree. I don't want people to be uncomfortable. But then you have the choice to make. What if all of a sudden you're making half the population uncomfortable and the sport itself is all of a sudden being destroyed and standards as we know it are completely destroyed? So let me ask you a question. If someone, and I don't want to assume your gender, you could tell me whatever it is dealing with that situation, why don't they continue to compete as that new gender with the people with their chromosomes that they share?
Because they don't identify as such. And I actually, I'm really glad you brought up the example with the, I'm sorry, could I like steer the conversation back towards what you said about comfort?
But let me ask you another question. So how people identify matters a lot to you, right?
Yes,
correct?
Of course.
Okay, so should we allow adults who identify as toddlers compete in preschool soccer?
No.
Oh my gosh, I love these questions. Gosh. If adults are identifying, yeah, there was a 50-year-old man that was identifying as a 8-year-old girl. So then the man should be taken to if you start competing with kids, make it make sense. It is so unrealistic. It is not reasonable. So unreasonable. And the fact that, oh gosh, these people are actually serious about this stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. You cannot give people what they want. You can't give everybody what they want just because they say this is what they want. I agree with him. That's one.
Why? They identify as a child. We want them to be comfortable.
No, because that's not a legitimate mental.
It absolutely is. No. That's a real thing. Having people think that they're in a different body is a real thing. People think that they're dogs, people think that they're cats, and some people think they're children still. They never grow out of it. It's a legitimate mental condition. So shouldn't we accommodate fully grown 50-year-old men who want to play t-ball?
Well, no, because they require a different treatment plan, and this is what I wanted to steer back to.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
I wanted to steer back towards what we talked about with comfort. It is shown, and this is legitimate, those who transition and are treated as the gender that they identify as mentally improve unbelievably, and it is absolutely true.
So I hate to break it to you. They're more likely to commit suicide. There's a huge community called Transition Regret. I encourage you to look at it. It has 27,000 members on Facebook of people who make the chemical castration decision to transition, and that's an irreversible decision. It's a growing group of people that say, I was sold a complete bill of goods here. And so, that really is the question, which is, if it's irreversible, and you're citing some study that honestly the data shows exactly the opposite, is that they're more likely to commit suicide, more likely for self-harm, all these sorts of things. What is the proper way to treat it?
As I said, the study has not been disproven. The reason that the suicide rate is so high is because they are bullied for who they are.
See,
I have seen it
this is
in
nonsense.
school, and this is a truth.
And you know why I know it's nonsense? Because every single person in this room disagrees with you fundamentally and is treating you incredibly respectfully tonight. That is a pile of garbage. I know it's a pile of garbage.
Of course.
And so, instead, and I'll be honest, it's the people that are in those positions that end up becoming the bullies themselves, that kick me off of Twitter. That's, and no offense, but kind of your team is the one that's super, offended that I used a name that Levine used to have. Who's the bully in this situation?
Well, it's disrespectful to do that because she identifies as a woman. And it is just disrespect. That is why I can't speak for everyone else. I can only speak for myself at the end of the day, right? And it's just disrespectful. And it is not right to call Leah Thomas her dead name out of respect for her.
Levine or whatever. But let me zero in on this, right? So it's a birth name, whatever you could call it, a dead name. It's fine. But if I were to do a biography on Thomas and I would include that name, how is that disrespectful? Isn't that, let's take your argument at face value. Wouldn't that be a journey of transition, a courageous movement towards who you really are? An uplifting kind of sort of story and saga from the man I used to be and the woman I am now? How's that disrespectful?
Oh, well, in that context, probably.
So dead naming's now okay. I mean, maybe my tweet was all about the courageous journey of Ricardo Levine that once was named Richard and now name is Rachel. Do you see what's getting here is that you're putting a lot of preference on context and on how I identify and all of this. And your opinions, you can have your opinions. But what we're talking about tonight is how we structure society, right? And that is a totally different thing than your opinion. So when we start to structure society on a vast minority opinion, and we start to use power and force around that vast minority of an opinion, all of a sudden, the only way you can win that argument is the person who wins the oppression Olympics. Is the person who says, I'm the most victimized, therefore I get to create the rules because I'm not comfortable. And here's something that you might not want to hear, is that if you have liberty, by definition, you're not going to be comfortable. You cannot have liberty and comfort. You can't have them together. Instead, you know what? And I think deep down, you have this in you. You can get stronger. And I want you to get stronger. Instead of you trying to remove everything that offends you in the world, I want you to dig deeper and be tougher than the people around you. That's what we believe. Final thought. Final thought. Yeah.
Oh, final thought. Sorry. trying to think of a final thought. At the end of the day, like, no hate towards you. I respect your opinion, of course. Like, I'm not here to, you know, cause a fight or an intense argument. I'm just saying I disagree. And there is no oppression Olympics. All that, you know, we want is simply just recognition and respect. That's really it.
Well, look,
Truthfully.
here's the thing, is that that's what you want, and individually, I think I've given that to you, but here's where I draw the line. I'm not going to restructure society on something I know that's not true. I'm not going to turn my back on 50% of the population for something that's not true, and I'm certainly not going to call somebody a pronoun that I know that isn't true in front of me. So I believe your soul totally demands respect. Absolutely, 100%. But as soon as you then start to get into society and civilization and restructure everything around your feelings, then all of a sudden, it's whoever has the loudest voice and who's willing to use power. And that's where we as conservatives draw the line. I want to thank you for being here tonight, truly.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Okay. All right. At least I'm glad that they didn't they allowed each other talk. Like, I love their debate. I love their conversation. They gave each other time to talk. We could hear what each person had to say, and I'm impressed by their respect towards each other. It wasn't rude. I mean, the guy debating Charlie, it wasn't rude. It wasn't disrespectful, and there was no yelling. So yeah, I agree with Charlie. A grown-up man identifying as a little girl. Why don't you take the man? Let him also, you know, play games with the girls. All these things does not make sense to me. If you would ask me, this transgender of a thing, I don't believe in it. And the most annoying part is that most movies are now promoting gazing. I watch a lot of American movies, and I can tell you for a fact, out of 10 American movies, 9 of those movies have gazing in it. So they're really trying to normalize gazing. They are already trying to, you know, chop it down our throats. And it pisses me off whenever I see any gay scene, a lady and a lady making out, guy and guy making out. It drives me crazy. Like, gosh. When was every movie have gay? When was there be gay in every of your movies? I actually seen a movie last night. Gazing. Almost all the old American movies I've been watching, especially the romantic ones, there's always gay. Transgender. I don't believe in it. And I can never. If you're a man and you're as far as a woman, that's your business. If I see you, I'll still address you as a man. Okay? I'm going to address you as a man. You don't expect a man that identifies as a woman to go and start playing women game. It caused an issue where a transgender was injuring other women. He called himself a woman, but he has the muscles of a man, and he kept injuring them. I think he injured those ladies for about 3 different games. I wonder why they allowed him to be playing with ladies. So you're telling me that if I'm in a changing room, a guy will come in, he will say he's a lady. Guy, you have the hormones of a man in you. So what exactly are you saying? Make it make sense. Because to me, these things make absolutely no sense. What do you guys think about this video? What are your thoughts about this? Drop a comment down below. I certainly enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, give it a huge thumbs up and please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, join Veracity. Hit the subscribe button below, turn on the post notification bell so you can always be the first person to know whenever a new video drops. And that, guys, I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.